today's lesson we will cover Dhamaal, and we're gonna go over just your basic fundamental Dhamaal. Dhamaal is a very versatile beat. It's played in many different genres of Dhol. You got Bhangra. That's very common in amongst Sufi Dhol players. And many other places as well. What we're going to cover today are mainly what's played in Bhangra. And the first one is just normal Dhamaal, which is Da na ge na ge na na ge na ge na da. And again, we always start off with a Thora and we end off on a Thora. And a Thora that we've covered in the past is Dana Dana Dagna. That's a simple Thora and it complements the rhythm very well. So I'll show you guys real quick. Dana Dana Dagna. Dana gina gina na gina gina dana gina gina na gina gina dana dana dagna. Okay, so I think everyone on the video knows how to play that, and we'll just go one by one, starting with Manvir. Go ahead. Good. So one thing I will say is, and I didn't mention it earlier, there is a closed daga that you can play with, and I've heard it without it. But when we do play with a closed daga, again, we're not playing, if this is the head of the bass, we're not hitting the head of the drum with the curved portion, all right? We're hitting it with the tip of the daga, and we're angling it, and we don't want to angle it so much where we could potentially puncture the head. It's just a nice light tap, and I'll try to show you guys right here. All right, again, I'm not forcing it, not playing with so much force with the rest of the rhythm. So again, as long as you can play with fluidity and grace, it will sound that much better. All right, go ahead, Aaron. Oh, phenomenal. That was very well played. All right.
Thank you.
Richard, go ahead. Richie. Excellent. All right. Again, and this is something that I've told you guys multiple times. Dhol is a very loud instrument, right? So one thing I would advise everyone to do when they're practicing is don't play loud, don't play with so much force, because it's actually easier to do that with Dhol than playing it soft, right? So to gain control in your hands, I would highly advise playing soft and playing slow. All right? It's actually very tough to do on an instrument like a Dhol. Like I said, it's a loud drum. Put yourself in a room, play soft, and play nice and slow. The biggest thing that we're looking for is playing with clarity. All right, you can play all these fancy things, but if you're not playing with clarity, it's no good. Right? So simplicity is key, especially when you're playing nice and clean. All right, we'll go into the next rhythm, which will most likely follow the initial Dhamaal in a dance. Right, and the rhythm is. So, Manvir, do you want to go ahead and demonstrate that real quick?
Sounds good.
With the whole. Again, that's just the most simplified version of playing that Dhamaal. You can always change it to
Right? That's Thora.
That's
hot. Nice.
there's so many different ways of playing. There's so many variances of playing Dhamaal. So again, if it picks up on the left foot and you're landing on some and you're following the actual cadence of the rhythm, then I would say 99% of the time you are correct. But again, I say that with a grain of salt. Let's go on to Aaron.
That little variation is a little bit tricky. Did I get it the first time?
You did. You had it correct. After that, it was a little bit messy, but that's okay. Not a problem. Okay. The thing is, you have an idea of what the rhythm sounds like in your head. Now it's just kind of putting it on paper and actually, or on your dhol and playing it. Again. Okay.
Yeah.
I think.
So, Gurpreet, after the. What's the thing that you're playing after? Because I was playing Din. I think that's why it sounded off. Because you're playing something else.
The Da.
Okay, the Da, Dana?
Yep. So one thing again, like I always say, land on a Da. That Da always ends up being the sum in that rhythm, right? So when I play. That Da is the initial starting point of the next rotation of Dhamaal. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So just for clarification, I don't want people playing two Das thinking that end on Da, then you play Da again.
Oh,
that Da is the sum. Okay. All right. So then I think everyone has a pretty good basis on that, and I'll let me play it one more time. And one thing I want you guys to kind of focus on is the control of playing Dhamaal and the little accents that you can put in Dhamaal, right? That's how you kind of make your dhol playing very dynamic, right? So. Again, these are all simple rhythms, and you can be creative with it. So now moving on to another version of Dhamaal that would usually, again, I'm going based off of how I learned it and how I perceive Pungaran, as if I were putting a set together from the rhythm perspective, right? So the next part I would follow up with is. Okay, and that piece that you put in there, I'll play it very slow. Are you guys able to catch on to that?
Yo, Richie hasn't played it all yet, man. Let him go.
He did. Oh, okay, sorry. Go ahead, Richie.
So, which one am I playing? This one now?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, just play this one.
Which, run it back one last time. Just play it. So, which one I'm going to play? Got you.
Good job, Richie.
Thank you.
Aaron, go ahead. Very good. And here. that was good. And not to just pick on Manvir, but a lot of it is control. Making sure that you're able to control the sound. Judging by your dhol, and it's so open, each strike rings for a long period of time, right? Being able to control that and using that in your advantage and accenting on different parts of the mall is something that we still need to work on, and that will be something we'll probably cover on a later lesson. Going back, we just learned those 3 different versions of the mall. Again, this is from a perspective of playing folk bhangra. And another piece of advice that I covered earlier is, again, play with control. Start off slow and play soft. Don't worry about playing loud. Don't worry about being a powerhouse. Slowly work on the basis, establish a good foundation, and from there you can build out. What the fuck is so funny?
You were going so well because Powerhouse Dolis is the name of their group.
That's cute, bro. That's cute, bro. Thanks for the shout out, though. I appreciate it.
Okay. Should I start that again?
It's okay, man.
Check Powerhouse Lisa on Instagram.
Yeah. All right,
I should have started playing right there.
Just like I'm not doing this shit anymore. I'm Powerhouse. All right. So running it back. So just what we covered in this lesson is 3 different versions of the mall. Again, this is from the perspective of playing folk bhangra. Again, I'd highly advise everyone to work on control, playing soft. Don't worry about being loud. Again, it's a loud instrument. It's easier to play it loud than it is to play it soft. So embed that fluidity and that grace in your hands. Play with finesse. I think that's one thing that I like to emphasize with a lot of my students is being able to play with finesse. All right, and then play simple, and then the more complex stuff will come later on down the road. All right. Does anyone have any questions? No.
Nope.
Sure.
All right. Solid job, boys. Good job.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Gurpreet.
Manvir, I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, don't take this to heart, but your Dhamaal sounded the worst out of everyone's.